So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are a day later than normal, and I wish I'd done this yesterday. I can't lie.
I bet you did. Shout out to the appointment. Shout out to the appointment.
Oh, it's mad. How you been, bro?
Listen, I'm all good, man. Your defense is in trouble. You're out the Carabao Cup. Your defense is in trouble. You're out the FA Cup. Your defense is in trouble. You're out the Europa League. So it's one more strike, Lee, and you Arsenal fans could be in the mud, you know. Like, seriously, you man are literally on edge right now. It's crazy. It's all down to that Premier League. And you haven't got someone, not just anyone, behind you. You've got Man City 4 out the last 5 winning the league. It's only 5 points. They play you at the Etihad. Interesting. I can't lie, Lee. It's getting Arteta. Listen, if you can do certain things, but you don't do throwaway cups when you're hardly winning anything nowadays. You don't do that, especially you as a manager. You've won one FA Cup. You don't do that. I'm sorry. Look at the way Ten Hag's doing it. He wants to win every cup and win as high as he can. So, brother, it's mad in a dunya. And then you've got Vieira sacked just before your game. I've got a theory, you know. I've got a theory, Lee. He's sacked. The chairman sacked him because he knew Arsenal legend. Is he going to give 3 points, you reckon? Just an easy, quick 3 points. He said, get out, get out. He said, get out.
Plus, he also knows that we haven't beaten them at the Emirates since 2018. So he thought, last time there was a new manager bounce, Everton beat them. Bro, it's looking a bit peak. I can't lie.
It's looking peak, you know. When I see the Vieira, I was like, shit. Is he going to look at it and think, you know what? Fuck Crystal Palace, man. Let my club, the one I'm a legend over there. You know what? Let's give them 3 points, man. Jeez, it's mad, man. But how are you feeling? Like, because I've seen a lot of coping mechanism, like copium going on online. Don't worry, it's only Europa League. And I was like, hold on a minute. You got not got a European pedigree. You know what I mean? I've not seen Arsenal win a major European trophy. You could call it European Cups in 94 and all of that, but let's be honest, like, it's crazy, man, the Arsenal fan base at the minute.
30 years, bro. 30 years since we won in Europe. 30 years. And the maddest thing is one of our players in that time was Martin Keown. He actually won a European trophy, and he was sat on BT Sport last night saying this is a great thing that we're out. We can concentrate on the league. You know, this is a deterrent. It's been getting in the way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how dare you? How dare you, mate? We're on the longest title drought in the club's history, and we have not won in Europe for 30 years. We've thrown away, like you said at the very beginning, we've thrown away the Carabao Cup 4 times out of 4 under this manager. Yeah, we've thrown away the league 3 times out of 4 under this manager. We've got this season hanging by a thread. We've thrown away the FA Cup 3 times out of 4. Ironically, he won the FA Cup with a squad that's no longer here. And since he's been here, he's dumped out every time. And yeah, the Europa League 3 times he's been in it. Lost to Olympiacos in stoppage time. Lost to the old manager, Unai Emery. Didn't score a goal in 2 legs against them. And now lost to Sporting Lisbon, who apparently were the worst team in the Champions League. And it was an easy... At the start of the season, all of our fans were sitting there saying top 4 in Europa League is a must. Yeah, well, I said this on my fan cam last night. If we finish 2nd and Tottenham finish 3rd or 4th, we've both had the same season, bro.
Basically. And
we've both done the same thing. Both qualified for a tournament. That's it.
Yeah. Like, qualified for tournament. And they can't look down on Tottenham. Like, Tottenham can have chest because at the end of the day, you, man, were here and you were like, right, we'll go in for this Premier League. The Premier League's on, this and that. And then you kind of look at that, you think, shit, you flopped that because you were prioritizing. Like you said, they're bigger fish to fry. And you thought, you know what, Premier League. So if you don't end up beating the big fish and getting that fish at the end, what were you doing in the sea? What were you doing? What were you chasing? Oh, but you know what? Project Youth, innit? That's what you're going to say now. You know what I mean? The fans going to be like,
I've seen that a lot. We've got a thin squad. What does that mean? That means we didn't do enough in the transfer window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
And when they were all jumping around saying 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 windows and that, and I was saying we need a striker, a winger, a centre-back, a right-back, a DM. No, you're negative. Just get on with it. We're top of the league. Yeah, top of the league. Okay, well, listen, we better win the league then. Yeah, because we've been 3 competitions to win 1. You better win it then, mate. Yeah, and there's fans out here saying they don't want to win the Europa League and this and that. Just need to be back in the Champions. Bro, I've been in the Champions League 20 times straight, and we've only ever got to 1 final and 1 semi. And in that semi, you battered us at the Emirates. Yeah, Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo. Yeah, that squad that we had that night was younger than the current squad we have now. No Project Youth back then, was there?
No, but it wasn't seen as that though. You know, it wasn't seen as Project Youth and whatnot. You still had players that were good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club. But now,
and this is the thing. What I mean? The age only comes into it when there's a bad result. Nobody's talking about Erling Haaland's age. He's 22. Nobody's was talking about Mbappe when he was ripping it up and still is. He's only just turned 24. Nobody's talking about Vinny Jr., bro. The man scored in Champions League finals and that. Like, not young, age only comes into it when there's a downturn in performance. Oh, it's a young squad. It's a young squad by design. We chose to do a young squad rather than going to choose to do a winning squad. And listen, we may end up winning the league, and I hope we do, and I still think we will. But they better win it. You must.
You must. Arsenal must. If honestly, this is crazy, and I will press Turkish and I will press Arsenal now. I don't want to hear no. Well, we'll see about this title race. We'll see. You know, we're just in it for the time being. No, you now have set a precedent. You said Carabao Cup, weakened team. FA Cup, which again, I did question at the time, thinking, hold on a minute. Why is he doing this now? Set a precedent. Tell Man City, we're here, we're live and kicking. Kick them out of the FA Cup. And then you show a bit of like, because at the end of the day, yeah, title race is all about fear. You have to have fear. You have to instill a bit of fear into Man City. And right now they're thinking, they just come out the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. It just seems like a team that's not ready to win. It doesn't feel like they're winners. And now they can actually like breathe on that and go, you know what? Let's smell. Let's actually like, you know what? Let's catch them now while they're low now. And that's what they're going to do.
And this is the thing, right? You like Man City have got a better squad. We know that. But bro, let's take Man City out of the equation for a minute, right? We can all name 9 or 10 of the 11 that start for Real Madrid every single week.
Yeah.
Every single week. We know Benzema's up front. We know Vinny Jr. is starting. We know Modric is starting. We know Kroos is starting. Camavinga's starting. We know Militao starting. We know Rudiger's starting. Yeah. We know Nacho's starting at left back. Like, we know Courtois starting in goal.
Yeah, everyone, yeah.
We know their 11, and their 11 is going to play more games than our 11 this season because they're in every competition. Yeah, and that is their 11. Then they use a certain 4 or 5 subs, max, like Dani Ceballos and players like that. And what's his name? Tchouameni. Yeah, players like that. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, cool. People sit there and say, yeah, but they've had these players for years. Yeah, they've had these players for years, but they've always maintained their levels and added to that, right? And it's all well and good saying it's a youth project and it's this and that. Well, mate, Vinny Jr. is not an adult, really. Well, he is an adult, but he's not an experienced 29-year-old. Neither is Camavinga. Camavinga runs midfield every time I watch him.
Oh my God, he was amazing, man.
Yeah, like we're not talking about old heads here. Like, yes, they've got Benzema and Modric, and it helps. And I just get the ump. It's like you need some of this experience in your team with these younger heads. The fact that we've just gone straight young, is now an excuse for when it don't work.
Yep, that's what it is. It's an excuse basically for when it doesn't work. And this is my kind of like, with feeling with Arsenal and now the Arsenal fan base is that it just seems a little bit like now they feel like the excuses are coming in. So when you do bottle the league, you'll be like, well, Man City were expected to win the league. We were just kind of taking part. No, you need to have the energy. Like, yo, we're gonna win this league. Like, have the energy, man. Because I'm telling you now, Chelsea are not going to be a shit next season. Liverpool are not going to be a shit next season. You know what I mean? United will be one season better. So all the people that are in there that are coming in, listen, they're gonna get better. So this is your moment. Seize your moment. If you have that energy, seize your moment. You feel me, bro? Like, and this is what Arsenal fan base now, they're saying, well, it's a blessing in disguise. A, no trophy should be a blessing in disguise because you should win every trophy. And B, listen, man, you know what I mean? Like, is Arteta now, is the players now going to be ready? Because it's just almost like, it upsets the apple carts when you kind of come out of competition. You feel more hungry. You feel more like the desire's up there when you're winning trophies. When it's kind of like, oh, it's one trophy. Who's in that squad now going to be like, right? Who's going to be in there going to be like, right, mentality has to be on it now. Has to be on it. You feel me, bro?
No,
So
mate, 100%. 100%, bro. And this is the thing, yeah. When you have that mentality of, oh, it don't matter, let's go to the next one. Oh, it don't matter, let's go to the next one. There's no accountability whatsoever. And then when you hear ex-players coming out that have actually won stuff at your club saying it don't matter as well, the fans are saying it don't matter, the journalists are saying it don't matter. All of a sudden, everyone, oh, it don't matter. There's no accountability, bro. There's literally no accountability at this football club for throwing trophies in the bin. Yeah, and it's frustrating because it's not like we're in the final stages of every competition every year, and it's that one don't really matter this year because we still got 3 more or 2 more this year to go. This is literally our last opportunity of a cup competition this year, and we've thrown it away again. Yeah, and the thing is, like people are saying I'm being negative, bro. I don't care. I want to win every competition we're in.
Yeah.
Why
is that being negative?
League Cup off against Brighton. We binned off the FA Cup against Man City with a weakened squad to then apparently go and beat them at the Emirates with our full squad, and then we lost that. Yeah, and it's it don't matter. We're still top of the league. Like it's round and round we go, bro. And when all the fans and the ex-players and the journalists are all on the same page of it don't matter, the club know that it don't matter. So it don't matter, does it?
Arteta's the poster boy, though. You know what it is, though. Arteta's a poster boy. You can see, you know, what I mean, he's got the kind of the faith with Edu and whoever. So obviously, Keown and them, man, if they want to get a little bit of a link with the squad and you know some sort of little meal, come to a box, you know, they're gonna have to say it. You know, that's the reality now. They would have literally slaughtered Unai Emery. They would have slaughtered any other manager that didn't have that link with the ownership or whatnot, that kind of feeling. So this is the project now, and if you speak anything about the project, you know what I mean, you're not one of us, man. That's actually what it is right now. But for me, I look at it and I think, you know what, Arteta set a dangerous precedent, man. You know what I mean, in terms of just now putting all the eggs in one basket into the Premier League. When if you don't win this, and then you kind of could have won the FA Cup, could have won the Europa League, you know what I mean, and wherever you finish in the league, again, it could have been a good season because you still have won trophies. But you're now then saying, all right, cool, let's have this then. Let's have the Premier League and whatnot. It's just, I don't know, man. I just think for me, I want us to win the league, but now it's almost a case of, shit, man, can they handle the pressure, man? Can you not handle the pressure? Can you?
We got Palace on Sunday, mate. Yeah, and like I've seen people saying, yeah, but if we'd stayed in the Europa League, then you know the longer we stay in it, yeah, the harder it'd be to win the league. And I'm like, well, how does that work? Yeah, now we're out of it. What would that do to the mentality? Because listen, people will be sitting there saying I'm negative and blah, 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 because we're out the Europa League. Since when does it become fashionable to cheer about getting knocked out of a cup competition? Yeah, it's embarrassing, right? And,
it's
embarrassing,
you know.
The fact and reality is our European record is a shambles. We have not won a league title for 19 years. If we don't win this title this season, that great season that we've had and all that great adulation for the team and the manager has ended up with us winning less than Man United.
Like, you know what I'm going to see? I'm going to see like a movie of like Arsenal, what could have been, you know, the nearly champions.
Bro, let's not talk about movies, yeah? Arteta's got a book coming out.
What?
Charles Watts, one of the topic journalists, yeah, that sits there gnawing off the club every day, is writing Arteta's book.
Oh my days!
And the book
when
is, I think the book's going to be about the rise of Arteta's Arsenal. It's won 1 trophy out of 14 available.
We nearly won the league, and now you're going to believe us, and now you're going to believe us, and now you're going to believe us. We nearly won. That's a song now. Arsenal's going to be singing. It's crazy. And you know what it is, man? It's a dangerous precedent that you know the new kind of fan base is setting though, that it's okay to just be like, you know what, bigger fish to fry, or it's okay to kind of knock that competition. Because at the end of the day, man, you know what I mean? You could be going from winning something to not winning something in 19 years. That's what happens, though. When you dismiss trophy. Wenger did the same. Wenger used to dismiss the Carabao Cup, the FA Cups and all that before obviously he won the little minute at the end. There was periods where I'm like, hold on a minute, he should be winning this trophy here. Yeah. He should be doing well in Europe here. And he just kind of dismissed
this comment here is what we're dealing with, though. And listen, big up to this guy for watching in that. But I'd rather get top 4 than win the Carabao Cup.
Nah, he's trolling. He's trolling.
But bro, he's a troll. I see this a lot. Yeah, and it's like, well, so you would rather not win nothing than win something to get into a competition to then not win that as well? Why?
No,
make it make sense. It makes no sense
crazy.
To me. Bro,
that's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Crazy. But there's loads of fans like this in our fan base, mate. They're just happy with nothing. They'd rather finish
in the
Champions League than win a cup. Yeah. Why?
But you know what it is, though, Lee? it goes from though that's the almost the kind of minute levels. It will go from that to, well, it's only an FA Cup. Then it will go to, well, it's only Europa League. Then it will go to even, bro, I'll be serious. It might even go even more to the point where it'll be like, well, we're part of the Premier League. It was all good. It was, it was a good ride. We're all together. And honestly, that's where the mentality will go. And I always say to everybody that I want to win the carpet. I want to win everything, man. I'm here. I want to be at Wembley celebrating. That's what it's all about. Football is all about celebrating and winning.
He's not even bantering. He said, since when's the Carabao Cup a good competition? It's literally a tournament for chucking your kid players out in. Yeah, do you know why? Because fans like you, mate, have lowered the standards of the competition to say it's only the shit cup. That gets put all over social media. The media teams at the football clubs see that, yeah, and go, oh, well, bigger fish to fry. And not only that, the prize money for winning that is 100 grand, which is a shambles. Yeah, it's a shambles. You get millions for getting relegated 20th in the league. Yeah, but since when has it been fashionable to not win a trophy and finish fourth, and that seemed as a better success than actually winning a trophy, having the day out at Wembley? Bro, you was at Wembley, right?
Bro, yeah, I was there.
You was at Wembley. There you go. That feeling of winning that trophy is better than a feeling of finishing fourth, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, Andy Tate was with me. Bless him, yeah. And he was, obviously, his mum passed away and that. And he was crying, man. He was like, that was for you, mum. I wish you could have been here to celebrate it with me. And it was emotional for him. And you know what it is, man? It just shows you, like, I don't know, I maybe football's going a different way now, where things are becoming a bit more kind of like, well, we've got this and you haven't got that. And, but then you're celebrating things that you never seen. And I get it, you know what I mean? You're still an Arsenal fan and whatnot, but I'm just like, bro, just win the trophies that's in front of you, man. Like, what's this? I'll take this over. Let's go for it all, man.
Exactly.
I'm here to win everything.
How many football clubs on the planet are genuinely in a position where they can sit there and pick and choose what cup competitions they want to win? None.
Bro,
even Real Madrid are not in that luxury. Man City ain't in that luxury. Man City and Jose Mourinho used to try and win that competition every year, the Carabao Cup.
Every year. No messing around.
And that's the thing. If it's good enough for Pep Guardiola to win it, and it's good enough for Jose to win it, why ain't it good enough for Arsenal to win it? This entitlement of we're better than the League Cup and top four is better than the League Cup has spread like wildfire because of Arsene Wenger. Top four is a trophy. It's better than the Cups. He said it. I remember the day he said it, bro. Top four is a trophy. Yeah. And all of these fans that have supported around that time and onwards, top four is a trophy. Then you got Sky Sports bigging up top four. Top four. Top four is third loser, second loser, or first loser. Unless you win it and you're first, it's pointless.
You know what it is, though? It's become, the top four race has become such a joke, is that teams know that other teams will drop points. And then the Sky have almost dramatized it. Who will go now third? Who will go fourth? The chase for the top four. Bro, sometimes I'm like, the top four race is more exciting than the Premier League. And it's crazy. It should never been. Like, but obviously teams drift away and then teams just kind of relax. I think, you know what? Our standard this year will just be around top four. You know what I mean? We're just going to hover around this top four and then we'll get the prize money and we're happy with that. We get Champions League football. We're in the hat. You know what I mean? But you're never in there. You're never going to win it, are you? But we're in the hat. It's good to be on Sky Sports. You know that little thing where they show all Tottenham representatives or, whoever, we'll be around there and it's all good. And we'll get a little prize money. And Daniel Levy and them, man, that's all. When you look at Tottenham, it's quite scary, but they're happy. Champions League football, bring a bit of crowd money in, bring a bit of revenue. We're at Champions League. Let's bring some sponsors from that. And then that's it. And then that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing, man.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the mad thing, that Man City got sanctioned and charged because they actually have an owner that's ambitious and wants to win everything. It's mad. There you go. It's mad. And you got Daniel Levy literally fleecing fans left, right, and centre to win nothing and not even try to win anything. But that's okay. The same as the Glazers are allowed to take $2 billion out of your football club. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Brighton. Cool. Yeah. Brighton is basically a youth hostel. Yeah, and they'll buy the players in cheap and they'll flog them on for more money. That money won't get put back in the club. They'll just do it again. That's got a lifespan because Southampton did that and now they're bottom of the table because eventually you don't get them little gems anymore. Yeah, the well runs dry and eventually you ain't got nothing to sell. Now you're bottom of the table and you're going to get relegated. Yeah, and
relegated.
Really should be looking at teams like that. Yeah, Rance said it to me the other week. He goes, every single football club in the league should be allowed to spend up to 300 million or 400 million. Set a target. They're allowed to spend that every season. And he goes, and then if you're a fan of a club like Arsenal and your club have only spent 100 million, yeah, you can now hold the club accountable and say, why didn't you spend the other 200?
Why are you spending money? Yeah.
Why didn't you buy this player? We've got the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then teams
Yeah,
like
that's
Brighton
true,
and
you know.
Brentford, yeah, they'd be allowed to invest their money in. Like Brighton's owner's worth 1.3 billion quid. He ain't spent a fucking penny for years. That is mad.
You know what? Yeah, it's mad, you know. And like I said, this is where I'm like, you know, if you've got the ambition, the drive, why not go for it and target, you know, certain situations? But I just look at the situation here now and I'm thinking, boy, Saliba, I don't know if is he like, bro, Saliba ran to Kim Kardashian, didn't he? Kim Kardashian decided to.
Hey, she was the best performance at the Emirates last night. She's looking all right recently. I can't lie,
bro. She's been always looking all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you,
when Saka was taking his penalty, her and her little boy were standing there filming it. I was like, keep your fucking hands off of Saka. Keep your hands off of Saka.
Nah, she wanted Saliba ran, yo. He was like, yo, listen, I gotta go, man, because she had match day programs of Kim Kardashian. But yo, man, is that what's going on now? Also, yeah, Kim Kardashian.
She's making a film.
You know what I mean?
Apparently, she's making a film. I don't know if that was part of the film.
Oh.
But yeah, somebody in my chat last night said she's making a film, so it'd be mad exposure for Arsenal. And I was like, yeah, that's all we need. Bunch of losers that are just joining because Kim Kardashian went there.
Yeah.
Oh, it don't matter. Forbes the trophy. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, that's all we need. I want a Qatari. I want a Qatari owner or a Saudi owner to get rid of this bullshit of top four as a trophy. Yeah, bro, that leads me on perfectly as well. Smash the like sub. There's 1,000 people in it, man. Make sure you sub to Saeed's channel. It's in the title. I love a video dropping on the second channel in 25 minutes as well. I'll stick the link for that in as soon as that video's out, and you can all go and check that out as well. But yeah, man, the Qataris, bro, talk to me. What's happening?
Qataris, man. Listen, when you know, the Qataris were at the football club for 10 hours, but Jim Radcliffe came in for about 2 hours and was like, how much money did they put in Qatar? Oh, yeah, we're going now. We're going now. So literally, you see that the Simpsons here when the grandpa comes in, collects his hat and then leaves. That was Jim Radcliffe. I'm telling you, that was Jim Radcliffe. So he came in, I think literally stayed for 2 hours and was out. So whereas the Qataris were in there for 10 hours, man. They were having Arabic tea. They said, yo, let's get the shisha ready. Let's do a bit of relaxation. You know what I mean? Let's just relax. And then we could do. This man went left after 2 hours. And this guy, oh my God, he started handshaking. He started getting his briefcase in like it was some sort of budget. You know, when you got the little spring budget, he came in like that. And I was like, listen, man, you ain't got the facilities. Chill out, Jim Radcliffe. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just a pretender, man.
He is, man. I know he is. Because he did the same with Chelsea. He came in at Chelsea, tried to claim that he's got all this money, then realized he ain't got the money, then dropped out. Same thing with Man United. He's one of them, like, he's gonna act like he's got the money, act like he's got the project. And now the Qataris have come in and said, you know what, Jim Radcliffe, we're gonna save you the time, yeah? And we're gonna bid more than what we anticipated. So they're literally willing to overpay. There you go. Sky Cavill said it. They're willing to overpay. So if they're willing to overpay, and this guy can only just about get the funds, and some of it is coming through an investment fund, which then will be categorized as a debt when you initially look at it, because he's got to pay that money back. Listen, you ain't got the facilities, my guy.
You ain't got the facilities for that, big man.
You haven't got the facilities, man. So let the Qataris come in. Let's get the new ownership in. Like I said, get them in towards the end of the season, and then we can go forward next season. And then it's going to be scary hours, because then they can be like, you know what, we want to win the league. And if they want to win the league and they have a president to win the league, then bro, everybody has to step up. We can go get whoever. You know what I mean? So, brother, I'm just like, yo, I'm super gassed, man. Like, you know what it is here for me? When you get new ownership and you kind of start to see things, you're like, you know what? Oh, he's pretending here. You know when you got the Spotify guy and he started coming in with theory and
waffling.
You know what I mean? Waffling. I'm like, oh man. But then now, when he's coming and started to do interviews and he's coming into the stadium and now they're starting to have these little proper talks and they're putting the bid down, that's when you know things are looking in the direction. So yeah, man, I'm all for it, man. Like I said, we need we're just, bro, you seen the toilets in it, man. Piss through but I heard even Arsenal
Did you see Arsenal's roof? Our roof was leaking.
You know what? I need to see that again, I need to see that again, but I heard it was like leaking the roof. Bro,
yeah, I'm gonna get
that's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy,
But
bro.
you man left the stadium hybrid to kind of to get that should be still modern when you deep it. So,
Yep.
brother, that's crazy.
Let me see
That's
if I can find a
crazy.
video of it. There we go.
Arsenal's leaking.
There we go. I've got a
Arsenal.
video. I've got a video of it, bro. Yeah, I've got a video.
Oh my day. Nah, that's wild. You're wild, Shafiti, man. You're wild, man. You're wild.
Look at that.
Oh my
And
god.
there's two parts of it. Yeah, because hang on. Let me go back. You
Oh
see
shit.
you see that bit there at the bottom where that white seats are, yeah? Down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's leaking down there. You can't see it properly on there, yeah? But that was leaking because I was thinking, wow, what's the white seats? And because I thought it was down the other end as well. But it turns out it was leaking there. It was leaking in two different parts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, mad,
The
isn't it?
history of Arsenal, what's going on, man?
But this is the thing. These
Shit.
clubs don't care, bro. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my god.
That's the bit where the white seats are. Look at the state of it, bro.
Bro, it's literally left Highbury like what how many years ago? 17 years ago?
16,
16
yeah,
years
16
ago?
years.
Shit, and you literally can't even. Oh my god,
Mad, isn't it?
jeez, man.
Yeah, look, there's another view of it. Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Oh my days.
Yeah, this club ain't serious, bro.
But it looks well in it when you get all the little Prime videos and all that Prime
Look
bottles.
at the state of that, mate. All them fans that were sat there, I'd demand a refund.
Mate, you gotta get a refund, man. I'll be putting something in and say, yo, listen, man. Bro, that's crazy.
I see it on TV, and I was like, why has everyone moved? And obviously, I'm watching it. On
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why is there white seats? Because I thought it was on the clock end, yeah, or the North Bank. So I'm like, what's the white seats? That's random. Yeah, and then when they panned the camera out, I was like, oh, okay, it's that side of the mad. But yeah, I didn't realize it was leaking down the other end as well. I thought it was just where the white seats are. But it was that end as well.
At least ours is about 100 years old, isn't it? Like our stadium, we've had a few renovations, but yours is only 16 years old. But it seems to me like, you know what I mean? Maybe now Arsenal have to move from the Emirates to compete again. You know what I mean? Maybe that's going to be the narrative again.
Yeah, maybe put the stadium attendance up, like maybe build another 20,000 seats or something.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? It's crazy.
Oh my god, man!
It's honestly
I can't
mad,
lie
mate.
to you, man.
But,
it's mad, man.
What have you made of the draw? Because obviously you've got Sevilla, and listen, they've been doing shit this season. I think they're 3 points off of 19th, but they're like 13th. The gap's mad from 19th to 13th, but they're a problem in Europe because they've won it so many times. Jose's still there.
Jose's still there. I actually wanted him just to kind of get rid of him straight away and be like, you know what? If we beat them, then it's like a clear path. But you know what? Bro, the Europa League, man, they just keep testing us with Spanish sides, man. I don't know what it is, yeah? Barcelona, Real Betis, and now Sevilla. Like, I don't know what you know what I mean? We've not got a good record against Spanish teams. You know what I mean? We lost to Real and Villarreal. We lost to Sevilla the last time with Oli. You know what I mean? So our record, obviously Barcelona in the Champions League. So the history of the Spanish teams, so far we've done well. But at the same time, I'm like, we should be beating Sevilla. And I'm confident. But you know what it is? Certain competition. You see how this is again another reason why Arsenal should have not let go of the Europa League. Look how Sevilla have used it as a springboard, and now they're 13th. They built a bit of form. Now they're starting to climb up the league now, and the Europa League has probably helped them in a way where it's galvanized them. It's gave them something good to look forward to, and that's what it's done really. And they could look at it and think, you know what, we've won this before. Why can't we do it again? That's what they'll be thinking. Yes, they're down the bottom, but Europa League football is two legs. Europa League football is a different way of playing. It's not the Spanish way of playing.
As well. That's not an easy game, man. Especially when they've been playing shocking all season. Sevilla have been crap all year, mate.
Oh, yeah, man. So, end of the day, you know what I mean? As much as we have to be beating them and we must beat them, you know what I mean? Sevilla,
you must
100%, man. Listen, I want to play Juventus in the next round, man. Juventus or Sporting, I wouldn't mind
getting through, mate. Sporting are beating them, trust me. Sporting are playing them.
Bro, Sporting, that Gonzalez, man, that goal was crazy, by the way. That goal over the top, by the way, that was deadly. Ramsdale again, You know what I mean? Thinking about how could he sweep out the back
He
and
was probably
only
looking up at Kim K's
saves.
box, bro. He was probably like, "Roll, is that Saliba up there?"
But you know what though? I feel like for me, the Europa League is for me. I think it's attainable, man. You go in there, you beat whoever's next. I just think United at this minute right now will blow teams in the first leg. That's what it's about, man. You have to blow teams. That's what Arsenal didn't do. They had so many chances that first leg. They should have beat Sporting. Sporting obviously had a few chances as well, but you got to take your chances. If you can blow them away in the first leg, then you've got a second leg to kind of just like, you know what, you can coax through it. Even though Real Betis had so many chances in that first half, man, they could have easily been 2-3-0 up. But the game fizzled out. It was a training ground at best. Let's be honest, man. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm confident, man. I think we can win this Europa League. I really do. If we get to the semi-finals and I see the first legs looking decent, I'm booking Budapest, man. I'm saying it right now. Like I'm just so with this team right now, and I feel like now the mentality is to win another trophy. You can tell with the way they're playing now. They want to win another trophy.
And
They
Rashford's goal
smelt
was
one.
quality as well. What a
Yeah.
finish! He should have had a hat
But you know
trick.
what,
Though.
though?
Like, he had some good chances, man.
But this is what Rashford needs to do now. I feel like Rashford's next part of his game is to get more hat tricks. I know people will say, well, it's good getting one goal. He's got a goal. But you know what? Just to get to the next level, you see Mbappe and all them lot, yeah? They just score goals for fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, that next level of getting hat tricks for fun, just do it. Like, finish your chances, get hat tricks for fun. Because I feel like that's what's missing. He'll score one or two, but he won't score the hat tricks. I want him to now get the hat tricks in now. You know what I mean? And just because for me, he had two sitters and then he missed, and then he scored a banger. And I was like, well, listen, well done, mate. You know what I mean? Like, you know, football's crazy what he could do. But yeah, Rashford, quality goal. We done the moment. Real Betis, man, they're a good team, but we kind of almost
their
like
stadium shit as well, man. I know you weren't out there last night, yeah, but you didn't miss nothing, mate. Their stadium is literally falling down. They like,
yeah, man. I heard
it's mad though that you've got Betis and now you've got Sevilla because they're literally 3 kilometers apart.
Mate, I spoke to a guy in Sevilla.
Sorry to cut you off, man. When you go to Sevilla, if you fly out and go to the game yourself,
yeah.
And if you don't, you'll know somebody out there anyway. Get them to take some pictures of Betis's ground as well, yeah, right, and Sevilla's ground, bro. It is fucking night and day. Yeah, I went. Wow. I've not been in the grounds. Yeah, I've not been in them. Yeah, I walked around them in lockdown. Yeah, and it was just coming out of lockdown, and I literally could have broke into Betis's ground. Like there was a hole in the fence, yeah, and I could have just fucking gone straight in. Yeah, and then you go 3 kilometers down the road to Sevilla's ground, and it's like all hip and trendy. There's some nice bougie little bars and restaurants.
Okay,
yeah, like,
okay.
Proper nice, man. Yeah, it's a proper nice stadium. And I've never been in it, but it looks sick. Yeah, it's a proper stadium,
Spanish teams, apart from Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, like most of the stadiums are quite like old, aren't they? You know, like old architectures.
Yeah,
they've not really invested in
coloured concrete fucking buildings.
Yeah.
Man.
Barcelona Stadium was awful as well, man. They I don't know, maybe the funding isn't there. And obviously, you know what I mean, there's so much going on with La Liga at the minute in terms of funding and whatnot. It's not great, man. You know what I mean? But I think Sevilla, I mean, Spanish teams are in there. You know what I mean? There's always a way where you look at it with Spanish teams. They always find a way of getting to the finals. You know, they always do it. In the last 10 years, I think Spain is the biggest team, surely, that has been to most finals. I think that's a good start.
They've been to more European finals in the last 20 years. Me and Terry Flewers wrote this out the other week. Yeah, I think in the last 20 years, I think Spanish teams have been in, I think it was 15 finals. Yeah, and I think English teams have been in, I think that was just Champions League. Right. That was just Champions League. I don't think we did Europa League, but that was just Champions League, yeah? I think English teams have been in, I think 7, 8. So it was like maybe 9. But either way, it was nearly double. Yeah, but then if you look at Europa League, Sevilla have won it 5 times. Yeah, fucking Atleti have won it twice. Like, do you know what I mean? And who else? Didn't Alaves get to
Villarreal
beat them? Villarreal have won one. Like, bro, these Spanish teams, and when people sit there and say that league's shit, and the Premier League this and the Premier League that, the Premier League's the most entertaining league. It is not the best.
Entertaining.
League. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the key thing to say.
Bro, we couldn't get the ball off of that Sporting team last night. It was ridiculous how good their close control is, man. You see it when you came to Barcelona, you put the videos up, yeah? Spain and Portugal, you ain't getting the ball off them, mate. Yeah, if they want to play this football, you're fucked.
Yeah, possession based. Even when arguing in the first half, the way they were just doing mad stuff in midfield and the way they were countering us was crazy. Like they were just getting from one side of the pitch to the other side bang, bang. Fred was on the floor. And this is why sometimes you need a lot of technical players in that team. You know what I mean? Because when the game is tight and when the game is, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like they know how to get in tight spaces, and that's what they do, man. And you know what I mean? And they're built to win, man. They just exhaust you, they get you tired, and then they just bang, goal.
That's
You know, so
exactly
you
what
know
it
what?
is.
Fair play to
Possession
them.
kills you, man, because you're chasing
Possession
shadows
kills
all
you.
game.
In hot climates as well. You know, they know how to do it, man. You know, because you know by the end of the year in the semi-finals and it's quite warm in it. So when they come to your ground and whatnot, they just pop you through the park, and it's like, yo, fair play, man. You get me? And obviously,
Mate,
you see the Champions
we're
League as well,
currently mid-March here, and it's 31 degrees today.
bro. Today
And
we've
Sevilla
got
will be even
15.
hotter than that. Yeah, Sevilla will be even hotter than that. Yeah, Sevilla gets up to like 45, 46 in the summer, man.
14 degrees in Manchester today. We've been blessed with 14 degrees today.
It's 14.
Yeah, I mean,
Where are we
so
at? Let's have
you've
a
got
little look.
double double the thingy.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
London's
Paris on
40.
Monday though.
You're going Paris, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to Paris on Monday, just for a couple of
Nice.
days. So
Yeah, so
that
Sevilla's
should be
currently
around.
28 degrees, mate. 28. So it's a little bit cooler than here at the minute, yeah? But the longer the day goes, yeah, the hotter Sevilla gets. It's mad. Like
What?
literally, yeah, it's mad. Like, and even at nighttime in the summer, yeah, like one of my pals lives in Sevilla. Yeah, and I went there a couple of years ago, yeah, and it was literally 49 degrees, mate. You got out the car, you just couldn't
Wow.
fucking breathe, man. Like literally, if you dropped an ice
Shit.
cream on the floor, it would have melted instantly. It was just
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, even in the shade, yeah, even at nighttime, right, in Seville in the summer, even at nighttime, it's like 30 odd degrees. Yeah, but
Shit.
it feels better at nighttime because you have that drop from 40 odd, and it's a big drop
Yeah.
down. Whereas where I live, which is 2 hours away, yeah, it's literally pretty much the same day and night in the summer. So there's no drop, so you just fucking can't
Yeah,
breathe
yeah.
at night. Like at least there you can breathe a little bit at nighttime. But yeah, it's mad, man. It's mad, and they're doing training and all of that in that heat. It's crazy,
Bro, but they used
around
to
the 40
climatize,
degrees.
didn't it? But that's why they control the ball, because imagine they didn't control the ball and they were very technical and whatnot in tight spaces. You'd be running around all day and it wouldn't make sense. So imagine and this is why we always complain. We're like, oh, the heat. And, you know, so when it goes to England, it's like, always the heat. Because we're just running around recklessly and Southgate or Hodgson or whoever's in charge is just doing hoofball or whatever. You know what I mean? There's no real identity to what we're trying to do. So that's
Can you
why.
imagine Sean Dyche in the fucking Europa League or Champions League, like playing that against a
Oh, my
Spanish
God.
team? It'd be insane. Mate, Shakhtar got fucking pumped last night as well, 7-1.
Feyenoord, bro. You know what? Feyenoord was an interesting one because if we played them, it would have been a derby because obviously Ajax and Feyenoord is a big derby. So it would have been a big derby, but we avoided them, man. You know what, man? They were just on smoke mode. Shakhtar, man. Jeez, man.
Maybe they miss
7-1.
Mudryk.
I keep seeing too many sevens, man. This is not good, man, Lee. I don't like this, you know. There's a lot of sevens nowadays. No 5-2s. What happened to 5-2s in that, man? 5-1s.
Yeah,
Like, it's a lot of sevens nowadays, man.
we've gone past that era now, man. And because football's systematically getting fucking worse every year. Like, it really is. It's shit, bro. Like, compared to
People
the
are
90s.
dropping off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crap. Before we wrap
And
this up, people, go on, mate.
no, I was just saying the mentality now is changing. When you're 2-0 down now, managers just don't want to. They just kind of almost, you know, do whatever they want, and it's not kind of case of right, shut up shop for about 10 minutes, then get the first goal in. It's almost just play the same way, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
Big up Fav. It says Sevilla don't have Emery. They ain't winning it, bro. They won it with Lopetegui.
They want it with
They
Lopetegui,
beat
man.
Antonio
Listen,
Conte in the final for Inter against Inter.
yeah,
Yeah, Lopetegui won it. Yeah, that club, mate. When you go to their stadium, right? Their stadium is fucking so cool, man. Such a nice stadium.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
on the outside, they have like these big plaques. Yeah, and it's the shape of the trophies that they've won. Yeah, but they don't just have the Europa League one there and then all the dates underneath. They have the Europa League there with the date underneath. Then they have the next Europa League with that date underneath. Bro,
yeah.
it's so cool, man. Yeah, their stadium. I'd love to go inside it. Yeah, apparently, like,
Bro,
my friend
you
said
know
he's
what,
been
though?
there. He said it's literally like vertical drop going down the steps inside it, though, to go to the seats. He said if you go a little bit too quick, you just roll down the stairs. It's like vertical drop.
But you know what, though? That's again another mentality where we've not learned from the Spanish league. They know teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid are always going to win the league. So what do you do then? Do you just be sulk about it, or do you go win the other competitions that you can go and win? And what do? Real Betis won the Copa del Rey last year. They went and focused on that one. Why don't Tottenham, if they know they're not going to win the Premier League, why don't they focus on the Premier League? So the FA Cup and the Carabao Cups. Why? So if they do it, the Spanish teams do it. Why don't we do it? This is the difference between mentality. And this is what we don't do. Like, it's not good enough, man. If you are not going to win the Premier League, why don't you focus then on the FA Cups and the Carabao Cups when they do it in their leagues? And most of the time, they win it rather than Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's always a different team.
Yeah, facts.
So,
yeah, absolute facts, bro. Athletic Bilbao got to a final last few years. These are teams that have no right to be getting to finals, really, when Atleti and Barca and Madrid are in that league. Yeah, but it's mad, isn't it? But yeah, you're right. Like, look at West Ham. Yeah, West Ham are in the Conference League.
Right? They need to win that.
Seriously, win it. I want them to win it. I want them to win that. Yeah, I want you lot to go and win the Europa League. Yeah, I want City or Chelsea to go and win the Champions League. Yeah, because then that's every single club in this league has won something in Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
In Europe.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously we haven't, but if we end up with a Premier League, everyone's a fucking winner apart from Tottenham. Yeah. Well, and Liverpool.
Liverpool as well. I'm tired of them winning stuff, man. They need to relax, man. But for me, you know what? It raises a good point, man, in football, like, especially for us. Like, we get coke sock. That's the problem, though, Lee. We're getting caught up again in the top 4 race. This is what I'm saying. And this is because of the Premier League. They've dramatized it. They're making flipping programs about the top 4 race. YouTube videos, TalkSpot, like, who's going to get the top 4 race? I'm like, bro, why don't you win the Carabao Cup, man, and the FA Cup first? And this is the problem. We're getting conversations, which one would you get, FA Cup or Carabao Cup? Why don't you do both? If you can do both, you know. What makes you not think you can do both? It's over 38 game a season. This one is what, 8-9 games throughout the season, where it's spread out. You have a couple of games and then it's quarterfinals. We win against Fulham on Sunday. We're in the semi-finals. We win that game on the semi-final. We are 90 minutes away from winning
as well.
Wembley as well. Exactly. Yeah. Semis at Wembley.
Listen, that's what it's about. And all them United fans, if you do get there, you'll beat Fulham. Yeah, you'll be in that semi-final. Now, that buzz of going to Wembley again. Yeah, and it breeds mentality. It's like, we're at the final again. We're at a final again. We're at a semi-final again. Yeah, and it's like, you can see that the club's going forward and the mentality's changing. When you're just going, oh, don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that one, mate. Nah, forget that. We've got bigger fish to fry. The mentality is lose. It don't matter. It don't matter.
That's your new one now, isn't it? What was the other one? The other one. What was the other one called? There was another one that you had there before that one, bigger fish to fry. But
I've had loads, God, man. I don't know.
I've had loads, man. The chat will have to help us out, man. But
come on. I was in the mud. I was in the mud for a little bit, and then I'm a
That's it. You were in the mud.
Yeah, I was in the mud. Yeah, this year I'm a flip-flop because I'm enjoying being top of the league. Yeah, I'm a flip-flop now. Yeah, like I had some fan calling me out the other week saying, "Oh yeah, but you said that you're happy you want us to lose games, yeah, to get the manager sacked and all of that." Well, that's changed, isn't it? I'm sitting there thinking, I guarantee, I sat here earlier. I guarantee that little fucker sat there buzzing that we got knocked out of the Europa League last night, but he's having a go at me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's mad. Before we wrap this up, 1100 inside, man. Smash the like button. Make sure you sub to Saeed. The link is in the title. And real quick, I've got a video coming out in 4 minutes. I'm going to get that link in a minute and stick it in the chat when we wrap up. But before we do wrap up, Champions League draw, bro.
Yeah, Champions man.
League draw. Real Madrid, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
What a shit song.
Oh my God! You know what, man?
Against Inter, City Bayern. That's kind of tasty, and Napoli away to Milan. Who's going to win it, bro?
You know what? I think for me, I think Napoli can get into that final, man, and I think it could be. You know what? As much as Real Madrid, I think you should never count them out. Chelsea, they must, man. With this super team, man, I don't want to be hearing. Well, you know, we
fry that Madrid nerd on the Big Six tonight. Fry him,
bro. Listen, man, we got this guy. Trust me. But you never know. I think with Man City, I think Bayern Munich, with the squad depth they've got, the mentality, they're gonna turn it on. And I think for me, unfortunately, Man City fans, but it's another year of waiting again because it's like, yo, you man. I don't think you can rule out Benfica, you know, against is it Inter Milan they're playing, isn't it? You can't rule them out. They're good. Got Juan Carlos Ramos. They brushed aside a couple of the teams that they had. But yeah, I think for me, the pick of the tie is Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich, Man City. But hopefully Napoli could get to the final. Someone say, I predicted Bayern Napoli final. I don't know what your predicted final, but I've gone for Bayern
I
Napoli
think
final.
City are going to win it. I think it'll be City
So.
against Napoli final.
Okay.
But I would not be surprised one bit if Real Madrid or Chelsea end up in the final. Like when Chelsea's backs are against the wall, they somehow pull out a fucking trophy, bro.
That's what they do, man.
They have been absolutely shocking. I see a clip of Graham Potter doing some thing. He had a microphone there, and he said, well, we've got this game. Yeah, then we're going to watch the draw. Then we're going to win the fucking Champions League or something. It was Potter saying that. I was like, mate, now you've said that, you must. You must.
You must show this energy. You never know though. He might actually, like, because it's a one-off, like, competitions and the 90 minutes and 180 minutes. It's like he don't have to play the most attractive football. Jose Mourinho wins games by just mentality, whatever you need to do, and sit back and hit them on a break. Simple. Like, you don't have to be amazing to win trophies. You can literally win ugly if you want to. Like against Ajax in 2017. Ajax were dominating us, and they were, we got 2 goals. We bullied them in the end, and we had a game plan. So, you know what I mean? It's mad.
Yeah, mate, I agree. Listen, it doesn't matter how you win it, just win it. Even if it's the stinkiest, horrible. I mean, that Juve AC Milan final back in the day, man, that was the worst final I've ever
watched. Oh, my God. The one in Old Trafford, didn't it?
I was talking to Runs the other day on Wednesday, and I said, just scrap away goals, scrap penalties, and just do golden goal. I said, but if they did that in that game, they'd probably still be playing now, and there still wouldn't be a goal.
That game was one of the more boring finals in a long,
Two
long
Italian
while.
teams that know how to defend properly, man. And it's
exactly.
we're just taking pens. We're calm with that. We'll go pens and we'll do the lottery. And I'm cool with that as well. Like I don't give a shit, bro. If it's a final, I don't care. Like when we played you in 2005, you battered us in that league, FA Cup final. Yeah. Do I give a shit we played bad? No, we won the cup. Yeah, if we had not won the cup and played that bad, then I would have had an issue with it. But if you just got to win. If you're in the final, just do whatever it takes to win.
The aim in elite sport is to win. Simple as that, man. No, none of this. Pretty football, this and that. It's the same with Arteta. If you don't win this Premier League, it's like, bro, like you man have to hold it. And it's bro, all that fancy football.
Apparently, you had some spicy Nando's lunch, yeah?
No, I didn't actually. I just literally thought, you know what I mean? I just had something before, a little bit spicy, so just drinking a little bit, you know what I mean? It's mad. It's mad. It didn't do it.
I had lamb for dinner last night, man. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I can eat all of this spicy food, bro. And that weren't even hot.
Yeah.
Next time I go there, I got that from the Bay of Bengal around the corner, man. He's a good guy in there, man. And I forgot to tell them to spice it up because when they do lamb fowl, theirs is nowhere near hot enough. So normally I'll get not hot enough. Yeah,
come on, of course, man. Jazz it up, innit?
Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? What you got coming up, man?
Yeah, I'm live with Grizz at 5:00. People, come and join me. Rivals Talk 5:00. Saeed TV, man. But other than that, like the video on here, and yeah, man, we'll be back on Monday, innit? Before the weekend results and whatnot, and then I'm gonna fly out after, man. So big up to the community.
There you go. Make sure you sub to Saeed's channel, people. The link's in the title. I'll be back tomorrow. No show with Henry today, but I have got a video dropping literally 1 minute ago, so I'm going to stick that link in the chat. This is on the second channel. Go and show that video. Some mad love, people. Yeah, that video was hilarious as well. Yeah, so go and check that video out. Well, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, calm, man. The edit on that was funny as well, man. So go and check it out, people. And I'll be back again tomorrow evening. So I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the sunshine. And tomorrow I'm just going to chill on the beach, I think, man, and just go and have some grub and stuff like that.
Enjoy it, man. Apparently, it's bigger fish to fry. So maybe find the fish in the sea and maybe, see what the Arsenal fans are talking about in it, the fish.
Well, it's funny you saying that because when you go down to these little beach bars and restaurants and all of that, they have it's in the shape of a boat. Right.
Yeah.
And they have the guy standing there with the fresh fish that's just been caught that day, and they're cooking it all up. Yeah, so it's literally. I'm gonna get him on video. Yeah, I'm gonna get him on and say, "Have you got any bigger fish to fry?" There's literally one around the corner from here. He's sound, man. He's about 8 foot tall. Yeah, I think he's from Senegal. He is a big lad, man. Yeah. Nice guy, man. Proper funny as well. Always chat to him. So come on, see him and say, "Give me a big fish to fry."
Because that's what they're telling me. Apparently, there's bigger fish to
Yeah,
fry.
apparently there's a big fish to fry, mate. Have you got any big fish? Like, yeah. And then I'll start going over and I'll be like, that's a little one. You got a bigger one, bro. That's the Carabao
That's
Cup.
funny.
That one's the League
I need
Cup.
to see that on
that
video,
one's the
man. I
League
need
Cup.
to
That
see
one's
that
the
on video.
Europa League. That's the. You've not got a bigger one, Premier League one, mate. Like, come on. Yeah, come on. Big up everyone inside, man. This show's always lit. And we'll be doing this again on Monday. On Monday, man. Oh, very quickly. You got Fulham, yeah, this weekend. So that's
Fulham, yeah.
3-1. 3-1, yeah?
3-1, bro. I'm gonna go 3-1. I think Fulham. I think it'll be a tough game, but I think at home we're good at home. I think one loss at home all season. So you know what I mean. We'll have that, man.
Man said Koulibaly. Like, I'm not even fucking with you, right? There is a it's like a Nicky Beach type place there. So it's got a pool in there, an infinity pool, and like all the hipsters go there and that. Yeah, it's called Max Beach. It's not far from here. Yeah, there is a guy in there. He looks identical to Koulibaly, but he's taller and wider. Yeah, and he's one of the doormen there. Yeah. And I had to ask him. I said, "You related to Koulibaly?" I said, "You look." He said, "No, but I'm from the same country." I was like, "Nah, this is bullshit. There's loads of Senegalese."
I mean, you never know.
He might be defending better than fucking Koulibaly. But yeah, man. Hey, listen, go and check out the second channel. Check outside. The link for the second channel video is now in the chat. Go and hit the link. Smash the likes. Tell me what you want me to react to next, and we're out. Happy weekend. Laters.
Love,
Bigger fish to fry.